This movie's problems all come down to direction. There is no coherent storyline. It is a mixed match of six different comic lines. You have The Dark Knight Returns. You have Injustice, which is talked about in the cameos. We'll get to in a second.
Yeah.
We have
Flashpoint potentially.
We have potential Flashpoint. I'm almost certain it's coming.
Yeah.
We have Red Hood. I don't mind that being in there because they actually implemented Red Hood pretty goddamn well in terms of just seeing the suit and stuff.
Yeah.
How the character of Batman's fleshed out works against it, like you said.
Yes.
But there's still a world where that's set up. They have new gods. We didn't need Doomsday in this thing. Why the hell do we need Darkseid?
We didn't need Doomsday for like 10 minutes.
We didn't
In
need
this
Doomsday
movie,
at
we
all.
didn't
This
need-
is Batman v Superman. We don't need
Exactly.
Doomsday.
It was weird.
Why do we need Darkseid? Why
Because
are
they're
you
blowing their load
way too soon?
They have
to
to
catch up.
Yeah, they're just trying to catch. It's blatantly obvious they're
Yeah.
trying to catch up the Marvel.
Blatantly obvious, and it's just not needed, man. DC is big.
Listen, DC is its own world.
Yeah.
I think DC, not DC. I know DC knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
Warner Brothers is terrified that DC isn't as good as Marvel. They're two different worlds. When I go to a Marvel movie, I know what I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get fun. I'm gonna get lots of color. I'm gonna get a lot of humor.
A lot of color.
A lot of color. It is sad to say that, but I'm gonna get color and I'm gonna get humor. Do I want that in a DC movie? Not really. I don't
Depending
want
on
all
the
that.
character.
No, but what
Some
you
characters are more
want,
comedic, but you want good storytelling. You want more intense storytelling.
But like,
character development. You want to be emotionally involved with the characters.
I want the pieces of Marvel that makes a movie, not the pieces of Marvel that makes it a franchise. Because what makes Marvel's movies a movie is it usually has a beginning, middle, and end. Something I struggled to find in this movie. It has solid character
Has a lot
development
of
for the
beginnings.
most part, at least for the heroes. The heroes in Marvel are really well done. The villains,
I don't know.
One thing about Bruce Wayne and his technology that I did really enjoy, it's like, and it just makes the spear seem even more comical.
It is, because it's
When
a
he
barbaric
was-
weapon.
Yeah,
Like,
when he went to the bar, the Fight Club, which we shouldn't be talking about because that's rule number 1. But when he went to the Fight Club,
Don't worry, Brad Pitt's not listening.
and when they went and he was talking to KG Beast and they're drinking, and then there's a phone. The KGB has his Beast has his phone down, and then Bruce puts his phone down, and all the while they're talking, his phone is hacking into the Russian's phone and getting information. And when he turns the phone, it says "file complete." I was like, "That's really, really cool. That's really, really awesome.
That seems
I really enjoyed that.
interesting.
I like that. I like that a lot. It's the most detective work he did. The entire
seriously. And even
Him
Alfred
plugging-
says you did that as Clark Kent.
movie. As Bruce Wayne.
Or sorry.
If he did that as Clark Kent, this movie would be an utter disaster.
Oh man.
Batman, you're fucking Superman.
Yeah. But yeah.
Another great point to this movie, we didn't really get to talk about him, but Alfred was quite good.
He was awesome.
I really enjoyed
I
Alfred.
liked everything about him. The look, his acting,
His
Jeremy
sassiness.
Irons.
He
Jeremy
looked like an
Irons is
old
amazing.
Robert Downey Jr. I don't know if you guys thought that.
Maybe a little
Oh my
bit. I could see a
God.
little bit,
He
but
looked
like,
like Robert Downey Jr. It was
I
so
loved
weird.
his sass.
his sass is so good. He has some good
Yeah, I'm telling
one-liners
you,
in there.
Batman was definitely the best part. Everything about Batman's world, but it just still it hurts me.
If
Like
you
that,
like-
this
yeah.
is the new Batman for the
If
Justice
you like
League.
Batman, definitely check out this movie.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely check out this movie.
may
There
not-
are good things. You may not agree with the morality of the character where he's at right now, but like I said, this universe has a lot of good.
Could be an alternate universe. This universe, to be honest, it could be like
There's a million of those at this point.
Right? I know.
Well, we
it's-
also have to remember everything. Like people are taking this as the only version of the characters. To Zack's credit, just to his credit, and just in his defense to play devil's advocate, which I do not want to do. I want him out of the directing chair for good. But to play devil's advocate, this is an iteration. There are allowed to be more iterations. This is not the first Batman that's killed. This is not the first Batman. Batman's killed in his original universe. Batman's killed in alternate universes. Like people are like, when people talk about the Dark Knight Returns and they talk about the Batman Superman fight, they're like, oh, but that's an Elseworld story. It doesn't count. Why is this movie not considered an Elseworld story?
well, it could be, but
It could be. It just sucks
it's
that
the first
yeah.
on-screen appearance. Like, it's
Exactly.
like the Avengers. Like I'd be like, oh, if the Avengers like sucked, it's just sad. Like it's like, man, this is what
completely
we
agree with
got,
you.
man.
I
Like
completely agree with you. It's just there is a little bit to the other side.
yeah.
but the execution is just so poorly done that you can't even justify it. Let's say this movie was incredible and Batman killed. Let's say the movie was A++ all around, Batman killed. I guarantee you people would have less of a problem with it just because the movie was so good, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
But because the movie's so poor, it breaks. My thing is this. I believe truly in the right hands, this universe can be fixed.
Mm-hmm. It can be.
There are elements to fix it. There is a fantastic speech I was talking about earlier, and I didn't get to finish the point. But when Jeremy Irons, probably my favorite Alfred, has that speech about how good men turned cruel, that is a direct response to Batman and Bruce Wayne becoming what he is. He's brutal, he's killing, and that should have been explored in the movie to the point where Batman goes, I can't keep doing this, right? Then in the future movies, so let's say after this, he's like, I can't keep killing. I have to stop. From now on, he stops. He's like, I have to stop. Red Hood comes. Jason Todd's like, you've killed all these people. Why can't you kill the Joker? He can go, I went down that road.
Yeah, that is a good idea.
I went down that road. It was too dark.
Yeah.
I can't go there. And if I kill him, I am never coming back. Right? Like the
Sure,
Joker
that
is the
will
end all
work,
be all.
yeah.
There
That's a
is
good
ways
idea.
of fixing this.
Yeah.
There definitely is ways of fixing this.
Yeah.
It's a Band-Aid. I don't think it's a full fix.
No, I think
because,
you can
like,
add to
He's
the character.
already the older Batman.
Yeah.
That's the only problem.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like,
Yeah, I guess.
If-
But,
if-
oh,
you
now
can-
you decide after the
you can-
Joker's still alive. Like
You
it's
can
still
kill-
like,
yeah. You can kill a henchman that's just in it for a
Yeah.
pay cut or a payday, but you can't kill the Joker who's like
I
he's
know.
Or-
paralyzed sidekicks.
but
he's
Superman
killed sidekicks.
inspires
But
him maybe to
maybe
not
something-
kill.
It's a
There
good
is-
solution. It's
Yeah.
a good
but
solution.
is it a better...
It's,
the problem is,
it's a weak solution.
Zack will not go down that road.
He won't.
He won't go down that road.
But the good thing is that that movie is being directed by Affleck, so they could go
As
that way.
Batman,
now.
not Justice League though.
In the
That's
Justice-
what kills me. It's
Yeah, this is...
man.
But that's
the
what I'm saying.
ensemble
Maybe,
movies are gonna be worse than the solo movies, and the problem is that's good for Batman, that's good for Wonder Woman, that's good for the Flash, it's good for Cyborg. You know who gets the fucking worst end of the stick?
Superman.
Literally, it's Superman. He gets shafted in the ass by that big kryptonite dick. There's nothing he can do. He is stuck with
Yeah.
Snyder until the studio realizes that the problem here is not the characters. The problem here isn't, for the most part, the humor. There is some lack of humor, and I agree that there should be more. Or the colors.
I don't
The
think
problem
it's
here,
necessary, but
it's not necessary.
It doesn't
but
hurt.
It wouldn't
it doesn't
hurt. It wouldn't hurt the movie.
Yeah.
The problem here is direction. It's editing. It is literally. It has the basics of a good
yeah.
story, but it is not a good film.
Yeah.
It is, as a physical medium, it is trash. As a physical medium, it should have never. This is $250 million we're looking at.
Yeah, and 3 years in the making.
In 3 years in the making, and what we got
can't.
is
an incredible cast.
yeah.
And
This is
and
absolutely
incredibly
unacceptable.
mediocre, honest to God.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
And
and
it sucks.
my thing is I really don't want this to become a thing where it just stops and then maybe gets rebooted 10 years from now because I believe in this cast so much. I think Jason Momoa is going to be an amazing Aquaman. I think Henry Cavill is capable of being a good Superman
Yeah.
if he has the chance.
Which
talk.
that's the problem
Yeah.
with this is Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman. Like
It's because
the
what it is?
foundation has been laid, and honestly, the foundation to me, Superman is not Superman. Batman to me is not Batman. As interesting and how he's the best part of the film, still got complaints. That sucks to me.
You're gonna see in the upcoming films, which is the biggest problem with this movie and what we're complaining about right now, is the fact that they don't explain why things are happening. Right? Just Batman kills people. They don't go into the depth of why people how people are reacting to that. They don't even explain the fact that he kills people until he pulls a .50 caliber rifle out, blows them up, and then throws a car on top of them. And that's all. I guarantee you, that's all going to be explained later on in all the other movies, and that makes this movie feel not whole. Because they're thinking, oh, it's okay though. We're going to explain why Batman shot the guy with the .50 caliber rifles 3 movies from now. It's like, but that still makes this movie bad. That
And we're
doesn't
going to
justify that this
understand
is
why
good.
Wonder Woman came out of retirement now all of a sudden to fight
Like,
Doomsday. Like,
in
why not
hindsight-
10 years ago?
In hindsight, it'll make sense. But the thing is that makes for a horrible movie now because
Exactly.
it's purely set up.
Because it's set up. And I've
Set.
said this before, and we've talked about it before. There should be absolutely no such thing as a setup movie.
Yeah.
People are defending this by saying It's just set up for the Justice League. You guys are taking it too seriously. It's just set up for the Justice League. There should be no such thing. This should be a movie with some setup elements.
Yeah.
But it should not
Teasers.
be a movie that is setting up. That is ridiculous that I'm paying $7 for a piece of something that I'm going to get later that I'm also going to have to pay more money for.
We watched a 2.5-hour pre-log to the actual movie that's coming out. It's just like
And
a
it wasn't
2.5-hour
even a good
trailer.
commercial for it.
Yeah.
It does not make me excited for the next piece. I am still excited because I am
Of course.
stupid.
We're fans.
We're
Like, I am
fans.
excited for the future.
But it makes me very, very hesitant. And like,
I'm hopeful.
so am I. I'm very hopeful.
I'm hopeful that they're going to learn
because
from
you
their
can see the
mistakes.
ideas in this film.
Because as much as we're ragging on this movie, there are good elements.
Yeah.
I would watch it again.
There are
I
good
enjoyed it.
pieces. There are good pieces. Like to the point where it's almost disappointing that it's hit this part. You could see the good movie in the back.
Yeah,
you
just a
can
little
see. You
editing.
can literally pick it out and piece it together and make a good movie out of what's there. I guarantee you, someone's gonna cut that movie differently, and it's gonna be absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
But goddamn, whatever they put on screen was garbage. And like, there shouldn't be a setup movie. Like, and the people were like, "Oh, the Avengers have setup movies." You know what the worst part of Age of Ultron was?
Thor's bubble bath. Yeah, I know.
Thor leaving.
That was hot. Let's be
Thor
real.
leaving to set up Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Useless. Made no sense. He came back and was like, "Oh, I know about the Infinity Gems."
Yeah.
Again, something the audience already knew about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like,
And they had to play catch up.
yeah, like, and I'm
That's
like,
the worst part of Age of Ultron. Exactly. This movie had like 10 bubble bath scenes.
yeah,
Like,
they went full load with it. They're like, "Oh, that one scene that no one liked in Age of Ultron. Let's just make our entire movie that one scene."
yeah.
And I was like, it makes no sense. And like, there's a lot of setup. And to be fair, there are some setup keys that I do like. I do like the cameos. Some better than others. Some better than others. I don't think they're implemented correctly.
The idea that they're all in an email, like, it's kind of just,
It's lazy.
it's lazy, and it's kind of like, so the Justice League is formed by a fucking, like, email, like, file, like,
Yeah.
and they all have their logos designed by Lex.
exactly.
Yeah.
Right away, I'm looking at the logos. I'm like, that's Aquaman, that's Cyclops, or Cyclops. That's Flash.
Yeah.
Cyborg. I meant to say Cyclops.
Cyborg,
God
yeah.
damn it. My problem with that scene, I was talking to Jason about this yesterday, was the fact that they had that email scene twice.
Yes.
It would have been better if Batman found the logs. You didn't see what was on screen.
Yeah.
He just went, "My God," or something, instead of having that.
Yeah, that
"My
would have been
God"
awesome,
scene
actually.
Where he's looking at the picture and it has the most intense music you've ever heard in your life. But he's
My
just
God.
he's sitting there looking at a picture and it's like the Titanic just sunk.
Yeah.
The music was ridiculous. That's another thing. Sound design, music. Some songs in the movie were good. Some of the soundtrack was great. Some of it wasn't the best.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times the audio was just ridiculous. Even if you're gonna watch this on Blu-ray, I guarantee you,
Whenever-
Batman's gonna be whispering into the darkness, and then something's gonna blow up, and you're dead.
Whenever
Yeah.
Doomsday
But-
like ejaculates, it's fucking so loud.
We'll
This
get
is the
into
loudest
that.
movie I've ever watched.
Yeah.
Yes,
This is
that's
the loudest movie I've ever watched, and that's not a good thing. I've watched Transformers, and those are loud, and this was louder. For no
Interstellar,
reason.
though.
Interstellar, I never saw in theaters.
But the
Oh,
thing
no.
is, this was loud in points where it didn't need to be loud. It was just loud to be loud.
Yeah.
Like the audio was so loud that it actually became static. Like the speakers couldn't handle how loud some scenes were. Like for example, when he was looking at the picture of Wonder Woman, and it played that ridiculously loud music, that over dramatic music that didn't make any sense towards the scene. And it blew out like the speakers in the theater. And it was like, but why?
Maybe your IMAX was louder. Mine wasn't too bad.
But the movie was just loud in general for sound effects in the background. Like every time somebody threw a punch, which helped in some of Batman scenes. When they're in the basement and he's talking, and the cop's talking to the girl, and he's like, he's upstairs, and you just hear Batman punching that guy. It sounds like he's going through concrete. He's just punching this guy through walls, and you're like, Jesus, I don't know, I don't want to know what Batman's doing up there, but it can't be good.
Yeah.
And then he turned into a spider and crawled across the roof.
But going back to the cameos, like as a piece of the movie, no, it didn't work. I don't think it worked.
Which
But-
cameo was it exactly?
like
all of them.
the tapes and all that. Right?
Okay,
The
that's
tapes
what
and
Yeah.
the
The
Flash
Flash
coming
cameo?
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Flash coming back is Flashpoint. I
Oh,
understand
let's
it.
talk about that for a
Yeah.
second.
Here's the thing with it. As just a thing, like if that was something I saw on YouTube, out of context, I'd be like, that's really, really, really cool. I liked the fact that the Flash is wearing his original costume under this armored
I don't
Flash
like the
suit.
armor, but
Some people
I
are
think
saying,
it's from an Injustice type world where
Yeah, for
Superman's
sure.
turned rogue, because he's coming back and he's saying, "Oh, Lois is the key," which
Yeah.
upsets me because that's
yes. I'm like, are you serious?
If
we're
this
gonna get more users.
Yeah.
More Lois? I'm like, are you kidding me?
and like if they're not knowing how to use Lois now, they're definitely
Yeah.
not going to know how to use her later.
They definitely just signed her onto too many contracts for too much money not to
Holy
use
shit,
her.
man.
But she is the key in comics. She's the key, and in Injustice, she's the key, and I'm okay with that being the case. Not this Lois Lane, because this Lois Lane does not work.
So that would mean, I just thought about this now, that would mean that it's not going to be exactly the same kind of Flashpoint story where Aquaman and Wonder Woman are warring.
no
and
idea.
that's-
We have no
But-
idea.
But
no,
if Lois
no,
is
it
the key,
won't be
that
the
means it's going
enemy.
to be Superman that just goes crazy at some
Yeah.
point. because
We
she
don't
dies.
know.
We don't know yet. We don't know.
But-
Yeah, well,
I can't
totally
even-
You want to know
speculative.
why we don't
Totally
know?
speculative.
I'll
Because
tell you
we
why.
can't even begin to understand what Zack is thinking.
yeah.
Not even that. You want to know why? So the Flash has like a solid almost a minute where he's in that portal saying cryptic shit. Like, dude,
Yeah.
just speak.
Yeah.
Just say it, man. You have this one moment.
Yeah,
He's
say
like,
it.
did I come back too early? Is this too far back? And I'm like,
Dude,
for what?
what
Like,
are you saying right now? He's like, she's the kid. You're right about him. Just say who. Just say Superman is not the bad guy. Lex is doing just say something significant.
Batman didn't order takeout Chinese food. You don't need to be a fortune cookie. Just
Holy shit,
come out
man!
with
Like,
it.
why are you so cryptic, dude?
Yeah,
Just
like visually, it looked
speak.
cool. It looked like a boom tube he was coming through.
Yeah, but
Or he might be
God,
traveling
I
in
had no
time.
idea.
The suit looked fine for what I
Sure,
could see.
yeah.
I thought it might be like the.
I think
the suit was like some sort of
the only thing I'm a little bit
time travel
worried about the Flash. I think Ertz is going to do fine. I think he's going to be a great Flash. He's actually bulked up. He looks a lot more like a Flash character.
with shorter hair.
Shorter hair.
I saw a picture in
Yeah.
the movie. I didn't like.
In the
that.
movie, when he was in the convenience store, I wasn't a huge fan of the look either.
I didn't like
but
that scene in general. Like it just the other characters that you got Cyborg scene, which was really cool. You got Aquaman scene, which started off really cool and then ended with this really awkward stare at the camera. But his scene was just kind of weird because we already got a cameo by him. You don't need to put like some convenience store. grabbing
Yeah,
a
we
gun
already
thing.
got
It was
something,
really
but like
weird. But
the only thing I'm a little bit concerned about the Flash is how almost aggressive his lightning is. It's
Yeah, that one.
it's
yeah.
it's a boom.
it's okay, Jason. It's a movie. You can't get shocked.
No, but it's
not gonna
more of
hurt
a because the Flash can do things like be in two places at once, and because he's moving
Yeah.
so quickly, you don't notice. How are you gonna do that when there's
Yeah.
literally a lightning storm behind you in the room? He's like, oh, I don't know how this
It's
happens
more
all the
confusing.
time.
He's gonna have
Yeah.
Naruto's clone move and TN solar flare. It's gonna
Yeah,
be
Yeah.
like, it's
awesome.
just it's too.
Yeah.
I think it's too much. Maybe he's just learning and he doesn't know how to control
Probably
Speed
he's
Force.
really young there.
Yeah, he's really young. He doesn't look like he's experienced.
But at the point where he goes from the past, like he travels from the future to the past, he should have some sort of control.
No, but that's the boom tube. I think that's more of the boom
Yeah,
tube.
it
aspect.
makes sense
oh,
for
yeah.
it to be unstable because he's traveling.
But in
through
the
time, right?
convenience store, there's nothing but flashes, lightning.
Yeah.
Things are blowing.
I don't
up.
know if the camera picks it up differently than what it actually looks like. Potentially.
Maybe but it is a convenience store camera, quote unquote.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I get it.
Wasn't there audio in that too?
Just the sound of the music in the store.
Okay, 'cause I was gonna say that's really weird because normally
Yeah. Even
Whatever,
Cyborgs.
That's
Whatever.
nitpicking. That's nitpicking.
Cyborgs was cool, but when you think about it, they just showed like Cyborg becoming Cyborg. It's kind of like just
origin.
ruins that. Like I don't know if you think.
well, though, if they do,
I don't
more-
think they're gonna go too much into his origin.
well,
if
like
he
they
gets
just
his
showed
own-
it. Like I don't know.
Well,
if he gets his own movie, I
We
feel
don't
like they'll
know
do
about his
something with it.
football stuff.
Oh,
But
yeah,
yes,
no,
it took
I mean-
away. It took away from like.
They showed like that mother box thing that like it's just like
You know why? You know what the problem is? That Cyborg movie,
Yeah.
and the Mother Box are coming. The Mother Box is coming before the Cyborg movie
Isn't
because
that
the
Darkseid?
Justice League,
Yeah.
Justice League is coming before Cyborg.
Are they fighting Darkseid in Justice League? You think?
Part
You
one,
mean-
probably
you mean the
not, but they're
movies?
probably going to be all joined together by the end of part one. And
Well, yeah,
by
that's
part two,
that's how this movie ends.
Yeah.
Like, he says, "Get everybody together." So
he's got their emails, so you can do it.
Yeah.
But
Just email them all. Hey man, I saw you on a security cam.
Got you a
he's
security
going
camera,
to email
somehow got
Barry
you an
Allen.
email.
He's going to just. I'm sure Cyborg gets emails in his big metal suit. He's gonna
I
have
hope
to.
he's cool.
He's gonna have to find the seahorse to get his message to goddamn Aquaman, because like
I'm interested how he's gonna get Aquaman because clearly he's not.
he's in that line.
I thought that he was gonna be in this film more.
He's just gonna throw
I-
some garbage into the ocean. until
Yeah,
he
and
gets
just
pissed
piss him off. Like I
Hey, man,
thought.
listen, you
I
can
honestly
call-
thought he was gonna show up in the final fight. You know
Yeah.
what? You know when I thought he was gonna show up? I was like, oh, this is what Lois is for. She threw it in the puddle, And
Aquaman was gonna
and
go.
Aquaman was gonna, yeah, I
Lift
thought
his
Aquaman
hand.
was gonna come out with the kryptonite spear
Yeah.
and be like, "I'm really tired of you guys fucking shit up, going out there and just absolutely mauling
killing
Doomsday."
on his own.
That's way better.
This puddle's connected to the Pacific Ocean.
That would have been questionable,
Yeah.
but at the same time, thinking of a giant Jason Momoa coming out covered in armor, just no words, never speaks a word, just pure anger and grunts, and just goes
Just kills Doomsday.
speaking Dothraki and just fucking stabs Doomsday.
Yeah.
Jason Momoa's on the toilet taking a shit and a spear pokes him in the ass.
I
It somehow
assume.
connects
But
to his
like,
toilet.
yeah, he didn't do much.
I
But all he did was stare into my soul and make me fall in love with him.
Yeah.
Because,
I hope he gets his own movie as well, just because
Yes.
seeing Atlantis and having him fight like his own villains, not some other bullshit. I want to see like villain of his and him fight and get like an underwater world battle. That'd be
the only
really
thing
cool.
that makes me really curious about this part of the movie, especially the Aquaman one, it makes me think about the Aquaman movie and wondering. That scene was filmed underwater. It was quite clear that scene
Yeah, they
was
said that he
filmed
couldn't
underwater.
hold his breath really
Yeah,
well.
you could tell because it
Yeah.
looks like he's shitting himself.
I'm surprised he held his breath for pretty long because that scene was dragged on for a little too long.
45 seconds.
Yeah, I
You
know,
should
but
have
like
cut that way sooner.
his
But
eyes
it makes-
coming out was really cool.
That was CG.
And then he just but that obviously was CG.
Yeah.
But it was really cool. And then it held on him looking at the camera with his spear for like 45 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, but why do we need that?
Yeah.
It's to show
Especially
like,
when-
oh, he's not. He's like, what is this? Before I
Yeah,
attack
but
it, which
he-
I guess is smart.
You
But
could have done that for a couple seconds, not almost.
oh, yeah, I
a
know.
minute.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
I understand it. He did look cool for the
Yeah,
for the
yeah,
record,
he
did
yeah,
look cool.
he looks
The
awesome.
scene
he looks
was
badass.
the scene was stupid, but he looks great.
I feel like they needed this kind of actor for Aquaman because people rag on Aquaman.
Yeah,
a lot.
It
for
makes
sure.
it
And
makes,
for him to be a badass actor, it's gonna make
yeah,
it's gonna help
be
that
great. I
character.
think
will.
Jason
It will
Momoa's gonna
help
kill
it,
it.
yeah.
But for me, it makes me curious to see: are they gonna film Aquaman really underwater, or is it gonna be a Green Lantern CGI disaster?
I'm
movie?
sure there'll be scenes where he's underwater.
I'm wondering
Yeah.
if it's gonna be of a type of Atlantis where it's like in a bubble.
Yeah,
I think
was
so,
thinking
yeah,
that's
yeah.
what it's gonna be too.
So when they're in Atlantis, they're in
They're-
a bubble, and then when they're fighting, it's going to be a mixture of real water action and.
It could be cool. It could be cool.
I think it'd be very cool. I'm a little bit worried about the director. The director
Yeah, the
has
Fast.
He's only done Fast 7, I think.
yeah.
oh, ooh, they're gonna drive cars in Atlantis.
I don't know. They might. It might be.
Atlantis drift.
Vin Diesel's gonna be a Manta.
Aquaman.
I'm telling you, man.
Black Manta.
One scene of
They can't, though,
of
'cause it's in
Aquaman. If I get one scene of Aquaman on a seahorse and he presses a button and that seahorse goes a little bit faster, I am sold. I will buy every Blu-ray and every action figure.
I'm getting a Jason Momoa tattoo.
Yeah.
I will marry his child.
Yeah, I thought he was just gonna come because Superman. You know, like I think most people thought because of this. What was the thing in Man of Steel that was the tectonic thing?
Yeah, the world generator.
Yeah,
There's
was gonna screw up Atlantis or some shit, and then he was gonna come in this movie. That still probably will be the case, but I thought that was gonna happen.
Now that I'm thinking about it, there's definitely gonna be a bubble world because they have to break the dome, just for the action scene. They have to break the dome.
I guess.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Well, in Justice, it is an airtight dome type situation, and the
they're gonna just do it to
Atlanteans
break the dome.
are not.
They'll be fine.
From what I know in the New 52, I don't think they have gills. I think they could just hold their breath for a really long time. I may be wrong about that.
That's interesting.
It is.
Why live underwater?
Well, they were
That's
there.
where they were.
You relocate.
Well,
They don't like the Earthlings, man.
If they can't, but the thing is, if they can't,
or if that's not the case, I think maybe just Arthur doesn't have that thing, have gills, right? Because he is half human.
That's true.
So maybe I'm not 100% sure. That may be the case. That might be what they choose. For all we know, they might do that anyway, whether I'm right or wrong.
in the New 52, does the city sink and then they have to adapt, or do they know that they're sinking so they build the bubble beforehand? Because if they
It's
build it
just
while they're
established
underwater,
as
they're
an
dead.
underwater thing. It's just established as an
Okay,
underwater
because
thing.
it depends on how that sets up. It's weird, but at the end of the day, who cares?
Yeah,
We're
it
gonna
is
see.
exciting, man. It's exciting to talk about what's gonna come. Obviously, like I remember when
It is.
Avengers came out. Like,
I'm
I was
really
like, man,
excited.
Like, yeah,
The Justice League is.
the Justice League is awesome.
It has a great cast, and this is my
The
thing.
Flash is my favorite
Yeah.
superhero. Like I love. I'm scared though.
Yeah.
Now I'm scared.
This
Like,
is,
I don't like
it. We should be praising and being excited. Oh my
Yeah.
god!
He's
And I believe in Ertz Miller. I believe he'll put on a good show as the Flash. When he was in the movie and he was talking, even though what he was saying was crap, I'm gonna put that up to Goyer and
That's
his
just-
shit
yeah,
writing.
that's just
But
bad.
he was saying it fine. I was okay with what he was even kind of funny about it. He's like, "Did I come back too early?" Like that's a little quip that I enjoyed. It's a reference to humor. I'm a little bit hesitant on the Cyborg movie. I don't know how much you could get out of it because he doesn't really have villains.
I have
for the
no
most
idea,
part.
honestly.
We'll see how that comes. But it would really, really suck for this entire ensemble cast, probably an incredible cast that I really want to see work together, be broken up because one director has no idea what he's doing. One director literally has no idea how to do his job.
Man.
Does not how to do his job.
That's WB copying Marvel again in that situation.
Yeah, they think one guy
Zack
is
Snyder is the Joss Whedon.
And yeah, like
Kevin
whatever.
Feige, yeah.
Yeah, Kevin Feige. Sorry, that's better.
yeah, like are you kidding me? He's directing Man of Steel, Justice League, like Batman vs Superman. Like he's directing all the movies. Like give a different creative
Neither of them have
perspective.
been successful for the most part. I'm excited to see the Justice League. I'm not
Yeah.
excited to see Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Yes.
He should really not have anything.
Why isn't he just cinematographer, man? That's
He's
it.
mishandling these characters to a point that I've never seen before. And it's going to be really, really weird to see a universe where the ensemble movies are worse than the solo movies. Because one thing's for sure. I guarantee you Wonder Woman will be better than this movie.
Oh yeah.
Well, I loved Wonder Woman in this
Hopefully,
movie.
yeah.
The solo Batman film should probably be the
Solo
best.
Batman movies are probably going to be the best, and it sucks. And it sucks because I am a big Superman
Yeah.
fan, and he deserves a good movie, and he can get one. It's just he is not capable of making a good Superman movie, and I'm starting to believe he's not capable of making any good movie. Period.
Without something to work on.
Yeah. Or a lot
Even
to
then,
help,
even
man.
then, he's not completely successful.
Oh yeah, not one movie of his is like other than like
Praise.
Dawn of the Dead, maybe.
Dawn of the Dead is praised. That's
Since
it.
then, like 300, only because of like the stylistic choice of the fight scenes was not done really well. I mean, sorry, no one had done that yet.
Yeah,
Now
it's
everyone does
visual.
like the slow mo,
Yeah, he
the
pioneered
blood,
a new
CGI.
way of doing it,
yeah.
but like
it was sick. I loved
it was
300.
awesome. It was a new way of thinking, but he stuck to that.
Yeah, like
And-
man, that's all he is, man. Action. I'm telling you.
He's all substance. He's all show, no substance.
Yeah.
He is really good at putting on a show, but the reasons behind that show is completely and
I hope
utterly.
after the Batman movie comes out, because after finding out that Ben Affleck is first of all wrote the script,
Yeah. And directing,
you know,
potentially.
he wrote the script and he's going to be potentially directing with a partner, but he's going to be directing. I feel like that movie's going to be awesome. I don't think because he's directed a lot of amazing movies. He's a great actor.
Yeah.
Everything is going to work in that movie, and I hope somewhere down the line the studio realizes that he's a great director. He knows what he's doing with actors, and he knows what he's doing with the script, and that he can.
He does Justice League
Even
Part
if they
2.
don't, even if they don't get rid of Zack Snyder.
Schneider, I guess.
How do you say it?
Snyder.
Yeah, it is Snyder.
okay.
It's all
Zack
Zack
Snyder.
Snyder. If they don't get rid of Zack Snyder, they have Affleck work with him. I don't know. I don't think that's
Yeah.
going to happen. Not
I
that
don't
I
know.
don't know. I don't
my
think
my
it's gonna
best
happen,
bet.
but
My
I would
best
like
bet is that Suicide Squad comes out.
Mm-hmm.
It does well.
Who's directing that one too?
David Ayer, the guy who did Fury.
That should be awesome. Fury has some really good shots.
So what I'm hoping for is
It better be good, man.
it's got to. They're doing reshoots right now.
Yeah, that's. I'm like, what?
They're
Oh, to
doing
make it more lighthearted,
more fun.
more fun.
And I'm like,
They shouldn't have done that.
no.
nah.
They should have done it so late. It
Yeah.
should already be a part of the movie. I mean,
I don't
it's
mind.
a
that-
fun
I don't
idea.
Mind, I don't mind that they're adding more humor because humor, even in a dark movie, is still always good.
It's needed, man. Like,
But there's
like
but
I
there's
did
rumors,
agree.
There's rumors that the only funny scenes in the movie
we're the ones in the
are
trailer.
the ones
Yeah.
in the trailer. And if that's true,
Same with
that's two.
Batman vs Superman. All the funny lines were in the trailer.
Except for the Martha Kent one, yes.
Yeah, like I thought she was with you, and like another line.
I didn't
forget.
find that funny, but
Yeah, like it's
I think we would have
This
found
movie
it
was
funnier
not
if we
funny.
didn't hear it first.
the movie was very humorless. I will agree with people on that. Like,
I feel
I'm not
like-
even saying like versus Marvel movies. Like, oh man, it's not funny. Like, but like literally, humor is an essential part of life, man. Like, there's humor in everything, and there was no humor in Batman
I
vs
find
Superman.
I find that line worked better in the trailer than it did in the movie too because at that point
Batman knew
the
she was not with him.
in the trailer. It made it seem like that's just when she kind of shows up,
Yeah, which-
and then you watch the movie and she has multiple scenes, and
Yeah.
then they both go, "Huh?"
Yeah.
But they've both seen her before. They know,
Batman knows it's
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
and he's seen pictures of her from the pad. Like he knows that they're not involved, or at least
Yeah.
not super involved. But that's just a very toss away line.
It's definitely a case where Justice League is in my be careful zone where I'm really
This
worried
movie
about it.
was. I was like, this movie has to be the greatest thing.
I was really. How do you mess up Batman v
Seriously,
Superman?
like,
how do you screw that up? Like,
That's what hurts the most. Is this is it? Like
by giving them like a 15
You
minute
have-
fight scene where it was almost one-sided.
15 minutes, 8 minutes.
Yeah, it was like it wasn't that
you
long.
have to try it and
And
make
it
this
didn't-
bad, and he succeeded, and it doesn't seem like he meant to do it. Overall, like I said, I think everyone should see this movie. There's
You gotta go
we
watch.
crapped
I
on-
agree.
for an hour and a half, we were crapping on it. But
I like hearing people's opinion. on
you
it,
should
man.
definitely see this movie
Yeah.
because like I said, it is an experience like none other. You will never walk out of a movie. I think
If you're a comic book fan, it'll be weird. I
Yeah.
don't know, man. I've seen people just like it, or I've seen people just
it's
hate
like
it.
I said, this is the most divisive movie since
Yeah.
the first one. Man of Steel was really split down the middle.
It was,
and
yeah.
this one, I think it's less split down the middle. I think more people are getting fed up with this.
Oh, yeah.
But
And that's terrible base for a goddamn universe, man.
I think though the people that are on the side of really liking the movie are of two groups: people that are fans of the comic books and are just super happy to see anything that they put out there of the characters that they love, and then there's the other people that are like Transformers people that like to go watch the Transformers movie.
yeah.
Because we didn't go too much into depth about this, but this movie is amazing. There's amazing scenes. I know Jason talked about it earlier. The way it's shot, that's the best thing Zack Snyder, I don't know how to say, Zack Snyder is good at, is that he's a great cinematographer. Visually, if you don't care about the story too much, you can sit back and just watch this movie and the action scenes.
yeah,
And
this is the
just
best
way
fighting
it's
Batman
shot.
we've ever seen.
Yeah.
If you've played Arkham Knight or any of the Arkham games,
Oh, yeah, it
take
was
that
just-
Batman and put it on screen.
Even the way he fights in the combat scenes feel like you're watching gameplay of Arkham.
Yeah,
Knight.
he-
Just
The
he's
warehouse
hard
scene was
hitting,
probably
it's
my
awesome.
favorite.
He
scene.
moves
definitely.
incredibly, and that suit is great. Like the way it is,
Oh, yeah.
it is absolutely amazing. It is worth it just to see that scene, just to see a real Batman fight. It's not Christian Bale. It's not
not Christian Bale.
slight blocks and maybe a couple jabs. Where
Christian
like,
Bale's an amazing actor. Let's get that in there. Just
his kicks couldn't even get above his goddamn hip because of the armor.
Yeah.
But Ben Affleck is jumping over boxes, elbowing guys.
the suit looked amazing. Let's talk
The
about this.
suit is the best, man. I love that suit.
I love the detail in the mask where he just looks like he's constantly pissed off because
Yeah.
that's the character in this movie.
It was
he's just
beautiful.
angry Batman.
The costume design is beautiful. Like even Superman looks great.
Even Superman.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman looked great.
I love the weight of his cape. Wonder
Yeah.
Woman. is-
I don't understand Doomsday because everything else was. I don't know why they.
That's
were,
not a costume. That's why I guarantee if someone was wearing a suit, it would look amazing.
Why? Like
And
they couldn't have just made
Yeah.
it look like.
They ran
a
out of
little
money.
better,
I'm
the
telling
face.
you, man. They ran out of money. They ran out of money.
I don't know.
How do you run out of $250 million? I don't know, but they ran.
You spend too much time filming Jesse Eisenberg going.
You go to Africa and film
Too many
pointless
reshoots
scenes.
probably because apparently it took like 50 reshoots.
Like
to
a
do it.
chihuahua in a
Yeah.
in
You
a
film
in a
way
bag.
too many dream sequences. Something else we didn't get
Yeah,
into.
Oh,
but,
man.
like,
The wasted scenes in this movie where Batman is at a funeral home looking at his mother's gravestone.
And,
It starts to bleed and you're like, oh, what's gonna
parademons on
happen?
it just goes to show.
Like-
It just goes
Yeah,
to
just
show
random
that this
shit,
movie
man.
is so disorganized that we can't even have an organized conversation about it.
That is true. That's a
This
good point.
movie is so broken that even talking about it
You
can
forget
be broken. You
about
forget
things. It's
about
like, oh, yeah.
things.
Yeah, I wanted to add in that Jesse Eisenberg being just a shittier version of Joker from the beginning.
Yeah.
And I kept waiting for
Yeah.
a time to put it in.
It's but it goes to the movie's credit. It's taking the world by storm.
Yeah.
It's still making money. It's making a lot of money.
It's slowing.
Will
down,
it continue through this weekend? Only time will tell. I'm sure it will, because I've said it before and I'll say it again. These are the two most popular superheroes in the world.
though.
Period.
Oh yeah.
I think it will
Period.
back to the point that I was making 2 minutes ago, where I was saying the audience of it. It's people that are going to love comic books will go watch this regardless.
Or just people who like
though they hear
entertainment,
bad.
It's-
Whether or not they come out liking it or not, they will go watch this movie.
It's not only that,
And
though.
the other audience is the people that just like to watch action films.
No,
because
I don't think it's that at
visually
all.
it's great.
It's partly that, yes, but my parents are immigrants. They're not from Canada originally. They're from Portugal. They know. I can go up to my dad and be like, Bruce Wayne. He'll go Batman.
Yeah.
He may not know Clark Kent, but
Yeah.
he knows Superman.
Superman
But
is the biggest.
My parents have no idea. My parents have no clue who Captain America is. They've seen the movies. They have no clue who Captain
Really?
America is. Yep. They have no clue who Iron Man is.
Superman's on another level.
They have no gauge of who these characters are. Spider-Man, yes, they know. X-Men, kind of a little bit of an idea, but they have no idea who the Avengers are. I'd be hard pressed to find you someone on this planet that does not know who Batman or Superman are. These are the men, and that's why I think the movie will continue to make money, because these are the people who will see this movie.
And to think how much more money it could have made with
the
better word of mouth.
Of course.
Yeah, like
That's what I'm saying. It's very
people who don't critically analyze a film, like obviously I do film studies. I studied it. Yeah. It's hard for me to just take it as it is.
Film.
Not only that, but as a comic book fan, for me, like you said, Batman and Superman, man, two icons.
The godfathers of comics.
Man, the setup of Justice League, like the Flash is like my favorite. Is this the Batman and Superman I wanted? And in the end, it's a no. This is not how I pictured a Batman vs Superman film going down. And that's what hurts me more. That's what's more disappointing than, sure, it had its moments, but every moment had a sad moment with it that I just did not like. And I didn't want that. Like I'm harsher on it because I have seen great comic book films. We've gotten so many, and obviously they're all Marvel. Like that's just what it is. Like DC has had to like pick up the pace a little bit, but they didn't need to rush it because people are getting a little tired of Marvel films, which I could understand. Mm-hmm. So this was a good difference. It's a little more serious. That's great, but you don't need to rush and assemble the Justice League just because we have 2 Avengers films. The 3rd Avengers film is going to be out. Like, it's going to be great to see now the Justice League. Like, you didn't need to rush it. And that's what I say. Like, this should have just been Batman versus Superman with little hints at other things. Mm-hmm. This could have been such an epic film.
Should have been.
Especially when you're gonna pepper in villains that really aren't intimidating, don't have much
storylines.
Doomsday's in it for 10 minutes.
And you kill Superman.
Just
it's like, man,
waste
it's
of potential.
Too much, too quick.
It's sad, and it's like I don't understand it. I don't understand how it got this bad, but like I said, definitely check it out. It is the weirdest for me to say that.
It is.
Like we sit here and we're like, this movie has so many fucking problems.
Yeah.
But here I am telling you, go watch this thing, form your own opinion, and come. You know what? Send us comments. Comment on us, email us. We'll put our Twitter handles somewhere.
It's always good to get somebody else's opinion too.
Because this is a conversation that needs to be had, and the only way we might see a better tomorrow, a better man of tomorrow, if I want to say it about Superman, but like, is to talk about it. There's no way WB is going to hear us out if we just get mad. We have to literally have constructive criticism. You have to have
reasons behind your opinions.
And these are ours.
And not be like, Superman isn't that interesting, you're an idiot. Like, you have to approach them professionally.
Explain it why. Yes. Exactly. And there's so many explanations why this didn't work. And sure, I can give my own ways of how it could go, but obviously that's not the way to judge a film. I'm judging it on what it was, and personally, it didn't hit the mark.
I want to make one point clear. It's a lot of people were talking about one of the main criticisms of this movie when it came out was that it was too dark. And people are pointing to that being not a success in the movie. That is not the fault, because there are great superhero movies that are dark, that are done right, and they work. Case in point, if you want to look at Marvel, probably their best movie that they've made so far is the second Captain America movie, which is the darkest in all of the ones that they've made.
The Netflix shows are dark as hell.
Dark as hell, and they're great.
And they're fantastic.
Because, people are confusing dark with dull.
Yes, that's the thing. Well, yes.
And what it
because the problem
it's
with the
dull.
movie, it's dark, and they use a lot of heavy stuff in it. But the thing is, they don't back up any of the heavy stuff they're doing. They just kill people, and that's why it looks like it's just too dark. No, it's too dark without any substance. Like, there's no.
It's not intense. I wanted it to be more intense.
It's just people die. The people die the movie. So I just wanted to make sure that was clear, because I know a lot of people are ripping on the fact that it's dark and movies shouldn't be dark, and they like Marvel because it's happy and funny. Even Captain America 2 had some lighthearted moments, but overall, it was a pretty dark movie that was just done well because it had a good story.
Good story and engaging. You get development in Captain America. You get his relationship with Bucky, man. Like, you get it.
Yeah. And you don't need multiple movies for that. You can do that in one. You just need to make one good movie.
Yeah.
You don't need
perfect example
2 hours of a setup.
Perfect example again is the fact that Captain America 1, a lot of people didn't like. Captain America 2, the best movie probably in all the Marvel series.
Because number 1 was more of a setup type thing. It had a contained story.
Yes.
But it was a setup. But like this is literally just set up, and like
And this is not Marvel better than DC.
Yeah.
This is not what we're getting at. I'm just saying that it's a really good example to show that superhero movies done dark can be good. You
The
just
Dark
have to
Knight
make
was
the movie
dark
good.
as hell.
DC is copying the wrong things about Marvel.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't want them to copy how they do their movies. I don't want them in terms of themes and stuff like that. I want them to
I don't want
copy
it to be
how a
happy-go-lucky.
movie is made. I want them to know how a universe is built, and I want them to learn that
develop
you
characters.
need movies that work on their own before you can make setups.
I like the tone that they're setting. I like the fact that it's going to be serious. I like this. It just needs to be good. That's all it is. If it's not done right, it doesn't matter what tone you use. It can be a circus movie, but it just has to be done right.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to add that in there because a lot of people were.
So I think
were
that's
not.
pretty much it.
It's good. We can just give. What would you rate it in the end, Adam?
Just because the movie scenes are so flippy floppy, where it's like literally the only movie I've ever seen where you can go from the most boring thing you've ever seen, just the worst scene ever, to the best, coolest thing you've ever seen. I would give it a 50 because it's watchable. A 50 out of like 100 just because it's watchable. And I would recommend watching it Blu-ray as opposed to going to the theater, because visually it's awesome to look at and you'll get more of the effects that way. That's how I've recommended to everybody. So go on.
So 5 out of 10, you would say?
Yeah, like sorry, I said 50%. That's whatever. 5 out of 10.
Yeah,
3
for
apples out of
me,
7.
for me, the first time I watched it, I was like, you know what? It wasn't that bad. I was like 6.5. I was like, I think I liked it more than Man of Steel. But when I thought about it more after my second viewing, I just got more and more issues with it. And personally, I think Man of Steel was a better film overall.
Yeah, Man of Steel was definitely a better film.
Better.
But-
I
films
would
than
watch
this, yeah.
Batman versus Superman
Exactly.
again more than I would watch Man of Steel, but that's just because it's just more visually pleasing to watch.
Yeah.
But yes, keep going.
So yeah, that's exactly it. I think I would rather watch this movie again. Doesn't make it better.
Not at all.
And for that, honestly, yeah, I'm split down the middle. I hate giving like a score review. It's hard, but I would give it a 5 out of 10 as well.
Just give it a meh.
It's
If you want to give it a score, give it a meh.
as a film, maybe even a 4 out of 10. It was
Oh, as a film,
There's
no.
not
as a
enough-
film.
yeah, I
It's
agree with that because there's just not a lot of story that's
a lot.
there.
My main issues are as a film, but probably a 6 out of 10 as in terms of a comic book movie. So average that out,
Yeah.
good 5 out of
We'd
10.
even go into the fact that it had like 5 million endings.
Yeah.
The movie never ended.
That is true.
There was like 3 funeral scenes. We're like, what's going on? Is he dead? Just leave it dead.
Well, for me, it's definitely not as bad as it's getting. I think it's getting harshly criticized by critics.
31%
It is.
stupid.
It is absolutely. I know how Rotten Tomatoes
Yeah.
works. It's more of an approval rating. It's
Exactly.
only 33% of people are saying go watch this movie.
Exactly. That's what it is. 71%
Yeah.
say
Yeah.
or just don't like it.
Yeah.
And that honestly, a 5 out of 10 would fall in that.
Yeah.
And it's not. It's not that I'm giving it a 2.9 out of 10.
No. But at the same time, don't let reviews
Yeah.
stop you from watching this. I think you should watch this. I think it'll change how you look at superhero movies, and I think it'll change how you look at movies. It'll help you appreciate what a good movie is, right? For me, it's 6 sad flecks out of 10,
6 sad.
6 sad fucking.
and I only give it 6 because
That broke my heart.
yeah,
Sitting
I
there.
only gave it 6 because of Ben Affleck. I would give
an
this
extra one.
I would give this a solid 5, but because Ben Affleck was so good in this, and I believe in him so much, and I really think that he's the key. If Lois Lane is key to the DC
Oh, God.
universe, Ben Affleck is key to fucking fixing that problem. So definitely go check this out. I think we'll be back next week. We'll be talking Daredevil, most likely, season 2,
Yeah, we'll
and
talk
probably
some
review season 1.
talk
And-
some dark Marvel. See how to really do dark, you know.
Yeah. All right.
And how to end a movie.
Signing off.